So today we are going to talk a little bit about how to choose the right glue or adhesive.
What do? You have to pick an adhesive that works best for you.
For me, having the right glue for that is the most essential part.
What your client's needs are.
Trying to put the lash on a proper placement. Now we just
To choose the right glue for your client and for yourself, it's important that you have a hygrometer. It'll tell you how warm your room is. They're really cheap to buy. It'll tell you the temperature of your room and the humidity of your room. It's really important to pay attention to those because every glue has a certain range that it works best within. And if you're outside of that range, if your room's too cold or too warm, or not humid enough or too humid, then your glue won't work right. You're going to struggle with retention. That was my biggest struggle in the beginning as I live in a dry climate. I didn't have a big humidifier. I had a little crappy humidifier and it really wouldn't give me what I need. Now I have this huge one that's automatic. It can hold like I think 10 gallons or 5 gallons or something. And you can set the humidity that you want to keep the room at and it's awesome. It's perfect. Because glue needs humidity in order for it to cure properly, but it only needs a specific amount and every glue is different. So that's the first rule of advice would be to get a hygrometer so that you know what glue range you're needing to work within. You also need to pay attention, you'd have to keep in mind that some people might be more sensitive to certain glues. So in my experience, I've used the Forabeli Diamond Clear glue for a couple of my clients who have, one of them has really sensitive eyes, the other one is allergic to everything, like everything as in makeup, lotions, everything like that. So we tried the Forabeli Diamond Clear on both of those clients, and both of them, you know, the one that has super sensitive eyes, she experienced no eye redness, no irritation afterwards, and then the same with my client that's allergic to everything. She experienced no discomfort. So anyway, it's really important that you pay attention to what your clients say. If they say that they're allergic to everything, you might just want to start off with something that's more sensitive, something that's more targeted for them. Don't just do your same thing because you might end up irritating them, or they might grow allergic to something, or it just might be uncomfortable for them.
A lot of people really just think adhesives are for the lash tech to pick from, and you're not wrong. I do that a lot. I have like my go-to adhesive for my room that fits my humidity levels, airflow, everything like that. But what do we do when we have a client who's not suitable for our adhesive? You're thinking a regular adhesive, like regular black 1 to 2 second cure adhesive, sort of like a starter. It's working for you, it's working great. Now all of a sudden you have a few clients who their eyes are a little more red, they're a little bit more stingy, things like that as you're working, and you're like, well, I'm not doing anything different. What do? You have to pick an adhesive that works best for you and your clients. To give you a little bit of a chat about sensitive clients and how do you pick your adhesive for those clients. Traditionally, we pick adhesives for our room and our environment, but sometimes we need a little bit of extra, a little bit of something in our arsenal, you know, just for those clients that come and maybe they are just traditionally sensitive in the eyes, maybe they have contacts, maybe they've had eye surgery, things like that. Of course, after the healing stages, everything like that, we know the drill, medical first, lashes afterwards, always put medical first. But what do we do when we're like, I want to give this client a better experience? So with adhesives, we have our black adhesives, multiple cure times. We have clear adhesives, but we also have a sensitive clear adhesive. So what happens is, as you come down, you actually lower the amount of cyrenacholite.
Also, you're going to want to know how fast you are. And that's a hard thing to judge right at the beginning, so I would say a rule of thumb would be get a slower drying glue right at the beginning, like 2 to 3 seconds, because I struggled with retention at the beginning a lot because I was getting glue that dried too fast, and I didn't realize. So it would dry, it would be just slightly sticky by the time I'd place the lash, and then at the very end of the set, you brush it, and 50% of the lashes that I just spent hours putting on would brush off because the glue was drying too fast. So there's different things to watch out for like that. So if you start off with a slower drying glue, that's always better. And then you can work your way up as you notice if the glue's drying a little too slow and you know your lash is placed and then you're just sitting there waiting for it to dry. That's when you would just slowly bump up the dry time and change your glue accordingly.
The biggest bugbear for lash technicians, especially in the beginning, is your timings. People are always worried about how long they're going to take and are their clients going to be able to lay there for 3 hours, 2 hours. So for me, having the right glue for that is the most essential part. However, don't be put off in the beginning with these quick drying glues because you can pick up the glue and it still can stay wet for a couple of seconds. The contact point is where it then starts to dry. So as long as you've made your isolation and your natural lash is ready to go, you've dipped and you're coming over and you place, that's when it's going to start to dry. So you will have some wiggle time. Don't be afraid of quicker drying glues.
606 Minks coming to you with some great beginner lash tips. First and foremost, I definitely recommend you using the Forabeli sensitive glue. Low fumes, slow drying, great for beginner lash techs, especially since you're trying to put that lash on a proper placement.
How to choose the right glue, what adhesive for you. So anyway, if you guys are a beginner, you guys don't have speed and still have to work on placement and need to take time, so 𝘾𝙃 is the one that you guys want to go with. This 𝘾𝙃, the drying time is between 1 and 2 seconds, so it will give you time to place the lash and maybe remove it a little bit and put it back again. Okay, this one, it works perfect on 70 Fahrenheit and 40% humidity, so that's the perfect atmosphere. So 𝘾𝙃 is for all beginners and it will give you enough time to place the lash while you're isolated. Also, the diamond clear is also very well glue for sensitive eyes. This one, it has a little longer drying time. The drying time is between 2 and 3 seconds. It will give you a little more time to apply your fan or your classic lash. Okay, and the retention of this one is up to 6 weeks. And the humidity and temperature is the same. That's why I love also these glues for me, because I always have that room temperature and humidity in my room, so these ones are.
Half to 2 hours long. I definitely recommend you using the Elite. Higher fumes, way faster drying, but we're gonna seal it with the bonder. Retention killer. I definitely recommend this for experienced lash techs or even beginner lash techs.
So I always recommend the Forabeli Elite glue. This is the most unfussy glue when it comes to your temperatures and your humidity. Even though there is a range on the packaging, I've worked with this glue from very cold to very warm, very humid to very dry.
The best product. Elite is for more advanced lash techs. So if you are working already on the high speed, you want Elite. Okay, this one, it has 1 second dryness time. Okay, and this one, it has better retention and lasts a little longer, up to 7 weeks, I'm sorry. And the temperature, humidity is the same, 70 and 40% humidity. Okay, it can go to 45, 46, but nothing above 50, okay? But let me tell you, you want to start with this, beginners. You want to work with diamond clear. This one, as I said, also works for sensitive eyes and also for color lashes because it's clear, so you will not see the little black tip on the base of your lashes.
So you're going to want to pay attention to your room, the specs of your room, what your client's needs are, or what if they have special in special circumstance like allergies. Also, you're going to want to know how fast you are.